The following program is brought to you by the Midas Gold Group.
This is the Gold Standard from Midas Gold Group with Kenneth Russo. Hello, I'm Dave Deno. Welcome to the Gold Standard, your source for secure investment opinion and information on the advantages of purchasing and owning precious metals. Whether you're a novice investor or an experienced collector, this is the program that gives you a realistic weekly perspective on the state of the economy, reliable information about using precious metals such as gold, silver, and platinum to safeguard your wealth, and remarkable details about specific precious metal coins and bullion. Ken Russo is a senior vice president at Midas Gold Group, and his peers characterize him as a straight shooter who will work harder for you than anyone else. Ken, it's good to be with you, especially here at the beginning of a brand new year.
Yeah, welcome 2022. Let's tell the people what they need to hear, Dave.
Oh boy, I hope it's a lot better than 2020 and 2021. I am hoping and praying that things can only go up from here. Our topic today is a secure start to the new year, and this is a no-holds-barred look at what we can do and what we need to do to safeguard our personal finances, our personal wealth, the economy for our families. So let's begin with a look back at 2021 and the events that shaped our national and our personal finances. And we have several things to cover. First of all, talk to me a little bit about the national debt. Boy, did we expand that.
Oh, yeah, and a lot more to come. And remember, Dave, you and I speak every week about wealth preservation. Not that we're against speculation or taking risks, calculated risks, but there's a time and place for everything. And we believe this is another year for some defense to protect what you have. The national debt, $29 trillion, is what they're telling us. It's probably much, much more than that. As we know, spending will continue. If Biden has his way, they'll print and spend tens of trillions of dollars more over the next 3 years, and no end in sight, which is obviously not good for the economy or the financial system.
And then we have reports each and every month as we have gone through, particularly the latter half of 21, of inflation increasing, getting higher and higher and higher month by month. We are at a new high in inflation.
Yeah, and why would it change? You know, it may stall for a bit, but prices aren't going to go back down, and then more than likely it will continue to ramp higher. You know, I think it's at a 40-year high. They're going to print trillions of dollars more. As you can see, when people get stimulus checks and when people don't have to work, how the supply chain goes upside down very quickly. And all we need to say is this, Dave. If you had $1 in 1945, you now need $15 to buy that same good that you could have bought for $1 in 1945. Our dollar always buys less, and inflation is going to definitely work against us.
We have the new administration's difficulty in coping with the COVID pandemic.
Yeah, and remember, we were already buying bonds, the Fed, in August of 2019 before COVID. This is not a COVID financial problem. It's just something to speed things up. It's about control. It's about people being told what to do. Digital currencies, full and no transparency when it comes to your financial transactions, no privacy at the bank. That's what it's about. So, is this going to end? No. And obviously, we'll see what they come up with next to be a distraction.
And then finally, the latter half of 21, we saw unprecedented supply chain problems. In my lifetime, I've never seen this.
Yeah, you and I were talking about it for a while, and the Fed, until they were blue in the face for over a year, were saying, this isn't an issue. We're going to clean it up right away. I think President Biden set up a supply chain task force to take care of this, and we all see how that's going. But it's an issue. It's not easily fixed. It's a problem, and this is just only the tip of the iceberg. So we'll see how this all plays out, but the bottom line is it's very bad for the financial system, and it's very bad for our savings.
Ken, in the midst of all of these events attacking the value of the dollar, and they have, how did gold fare this past year?
Well, gold this year was pretty flat. It didn't really reflect what has attacked the dollar and what all this money printing will mean. But don't forget, in 2020, gold went up 25%, and in 2019, gold went up almost 20%. So that's 2 big years. And what you really have to remember is that the price of gold will eventually reflect the devaluation of our money. It will eventually reflect this inflation. It will eventually reflect this out of control debt that we in the world have. So gold today is giving people and investors an opportunity to still own it at a relatively conservative price.
You're listening to The Gold Standard with Ken Russo from Midas Gold Group, and today our topic is a secure start to the new year. Ken, a lot of people have heard us talking over the past year about the advantages of owning gold as a hedge against inflation and as a way of preserving wealth. But you have changed your perspective as to how much gold a person should own. Can you explain why?
Yeah, and don't forget wealth preservation through the ownership of gold, silver, and platinum, bars and coins. That's what we specialize in. That's what we know, and that's what we assist people with. And over the years, when we have had a little bit of a less risky financial environment, about a 5 to a 10% allocation of precious metals, regarding your paper assets was typically talked about. Because we've printed so much money, Dave, and because the debt situation here and in the world is so huge and eventually, it will implode. We've talked about that many times. We believe more defense now is needed. So we wouldn't, stop a client. We want to talk to clients. Everyone's a little different. But for someone to take their cash reserves or their paper assets and diversify it by 25 or 50%, because things are so risky, is not out of the question. So our gold allocations, silver and platinum, is a little bit more today than it's been in the past.
Here's a question I've asked before, but it bears repeating. Moving large amounts of wealth from one account to a new gold account, it can be scary for some. What assurance can you give as to the accuracy of the procedure that you help us with and as to the trustworthiness of Midas Gold Group?
Well, that's what we do, Dave. And, we're a nation's #1 veteran-owned gold and silver precious metals dealer. We take our clients very seriously. We sit down in Phoenix and in California with clients who are in those local areas. We do business in all 50 states. We handle retirement accounts. We help clients diversify cash reserves and liquid assets into physical precious metals. It's what we do. And we believe that right now in this such dangerous financial environment, you need a good gold and silver dealer to work with, just like you need a good doctor, a good lawyer, a good accountant, a good plumber, a good air conditioner person. It's part of what you need. And we would urge people to give us a try. It's very hard to find a good gold and silver dealer. There's a lot of jokers out there. It's very hard to find people who are smart and responsible, and we would urge people to give us a try on a short conversation.
I have one more question before we take a break. We have been looking backwards, and I want to look forward because what we are saying to people is, look, you've listened to us for the past year. Isn't it time you got off the dime? Isn't it time that you did something positive to safeguard your wealth, to provide, as we said, a hedge against this unbearable inflation, and to preserve your wealth in the midst of what could be a real economic catastrophe out there on the horizon? It really is a good time here at the beginning of the year as people kind of reposition their look forward. It really is a good time, isn't it, for them to call you and for them to take a serious look at moving some of their assets, some of their investments, and some of their cash reserves into the stability of gold, isn't it?
We strongly believe that that is definitely the case, Dave. And, gold, like I said, the price is still conservative. If you look at all of the inflation and all of the money that's been printed out there, you can't keep pushing your entire stack of chips in the middle of the table and expect to play for long. So if you're lucky enough, smart enough, inherited it, brilliant enough, made all the right moves, and you've accumulated wealth, or maybe you're just a hard worker, protect some of it. Diversify some of it. The worst case scenario is your gold and your silver will be there when you need it, when your family needs it. And according to its long track record, it will still be money and it will still have a lot of value.
A reminder here that you're listening to the Gold Standard with Ken Russo from Midas Gold Group. And today, our topic is a secure start to the new year. And in a moment, we'll take a look at a secure gold product that you can add to secure your wealth. That's coming up right after this.
Dr. Sebastian Gorka here. Part of the so-called Great Reset from the multinational elite is to enact a digital wallet currency. Think of the implications. Time to create your own gold standard with a call to the dealer I do business with, veteran-owned Midas Gold Group, the America First precious metals experts who can help you with IRAs and more. Get your portfolio reset with gold and silver. Call Midas Gold Group for their guide to owning bullion and coins today. 855-322-GOLD. That's 855-322-4653 or MidasGoldGroup.com.
And we're back with more of the Gold Standard brought to you by Midas Gold Group with Ken Russo. I'm Dave Deno, and our topic today is a secure start to the new year. By the way, if you live in the Los Angeles or Phoenix area, we encourage you to visit our local office to meet with us in person. The address and directions are available online at MidasGoldGroup.com, M-I-D-A-S, MidasGoldGroup.com. And for those of you listening in any of the other cities that hear us, just call us directly at 855-322-GOLD, 855-322-GOLD. By the numbers 855-322-4653. I want to emphasize something that Ken kind of alluded to, and that is when you call Midas Gold Group, you're not going to get a hold of a boiler room salesman who doesn't care a whit about you, that all they care about is a commission that they're going to make. That is not the case with Midas Gold Group. You're going to be talking with some of the principals who are involved in Midas Gold Group, and they're going to work with you step by step. They're going to listen to you, and they're going to give you their best recommendation for your welfare. So call them and start the conversation. Let me give you the phone numbers again. 855-322-GOLD. And by the numbers, 855-322-4653. Now, let's treat ourselves by looking at a specific gold product. And this is one from our good neighbors to the north. It's the gold Canadian maple leaf. Ken, what impresses you about this gold coin?
Well, every time I look at it, every time a client looks at it, it just kind of pops out there, the color and the craftsmanship and the beauty of the coin just jumps out at you. It's one of my favorites. It's a 24 karat gold coin, Dave. The gold maple leaf, I would say it's recognized as one of the finest gold bullion products in the world. So yes, audience, a coin is bullion and a bar could be bullion as well. It's struck in 9999 fine gold. That's the definition of 24 carats. The maple leaf is from the prestigious Royal Canadian Mint. And, some could say that this could be the most popular bullion coin in the world. I don't think so. I think the American Eagle is, but this is a close second. And the gold maple leaf, it represents a great opportunity, Dave, for a lot of people out there who are looking for a conservatively priced product, a beautiful gold product, a beautiful gold coin to protect their wealth. And the gold Canadian maple leaf definitely fits that bill.
Ken, when we get together like this, I always envy the fact that you can actually hold the gold coin that we're talking about. Can you describe this one for us?
Yeah, it feels, strong like all the rest, feels like real money. It actually weighs a little over 1 troy ounce. and at 99.99 purity, it's a beautiful yellow color. It's got reeded edges. It sports a sparkling, radiant shimmer. It does have a nice little shine to it every time I look at it, especially under a light. It qualifies as legal tender in Canada with a face value of 50 Canadian dollars. But as we know, Dave, this is a coin that's worth about 40 times, literally 40 times that amount.
Mm. You're listening to The Gold Standard with Ken Russo from Midas Gold Group, and today our topic is a secure start to the new year. And this coin itself would certainly provide that secure start. Ken, is this gold coin IRA eligible?
Oh, yeah. The quality of this coin definitely meets the IRS definitions of what precious metals are IRA eligible. So it could be owned through a retirement account like an IRA or an old 401k, or you can take liquid assets or cash reserves and just move those dollars into gold and have these gold maple leafs delivered right to you. So yes, it's a very high quality product that is IRA eligible.
Okay, thanks, Ken. You're listening, my friends, to The Gold Standard with Ken Russo from Midas Gold Group. And today our topic is a secure start to the new year. And we'll continue in just a moment.
Sebastian Gorka here. The Biden-Harris administration is governing through an unprecedented number of executive orders. We have a good idea of what their agenda means for the country and for your finances. More debt, more regulations, slower growth, and higher taxes. There's even talk of a digital wallet currency and a so-called Great Reset. With massive new spending programs, the Fed is printing money even faster than before. This will likely cause the dollar to fall and gold prices to rise. That's why it's never been more important to own physical gold and silver, and the dealer I trust to do business with is veteran-owned Midas Gold Group. The experts at Midas Gold can even help you convert a portion of your IRA into physical gold and silver to stabilize your portfolio against the coming storm. Call Midas Gold Group for their guide to owning bullion and coins today. 855-322-GOLD. That's 855-322-4653 or MidasGoldGroup.com.
We continue now with The Gold Standard, brought to you by Midas Gold Group with Ken Russo. I'm Dave Deno. If you live in the Los Angeles or Phoenix area, we would love it if you would come and visit us in person at our local office. For the address and directions, just log on to our website, MidasGoldGroup.com. MIDAS, MidasGoldGroup.com. For those of you listening in other cities, call us directly at 855-322-GOLD, 855-322-GOLD. Or by the numbers, again, it's toll-free, 855-322-4653. We're talking with Ken Russo, Senior Vice President at Midas Gold Group. On today's program, our topic is a secure start to the new year. So, Ken, 2021 was a rocky year financially for both the country and individual investors. But let's take a look ahead to the new year and getting a good start at protecting our wealth. Part of that is setting up a good system of preserving our wealth. And many of our listeners have thought about moving a portion of their wealth into gold, but they've not yet made the call for you to start the process. What happens? What actually happens when they make that call? How do you work with them?
Well, first of all, as an investor, I would be more scared to have all of my assets in paper or in the banking system versus being scared of owning a little gold.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I feel about it. So I would urge people to kind of think about it that way. But it's a very easy process. Anything is when you're working with the right people, Dave. And, we really do care about our clients. We work very hard for them. We sit down with them, ask them a little bit about their personal situation, what's bothering them, where their money is invested, what they plan to do with their money when they, obviously pass or move on, which is something that we will all one day do. And
Mm-hmm.
what are their kids going to do? Where could their kids go to buy and sell their investments if they have to? So really give them personal service and point out the fact that, you've done very well. You're in a great position. You have a lot to be grateful for, but this isn't going to continue forever. And it would be a very smart practical idea to try and put a little something aside that you know will be there when you need it, like gold, and it'll probably hold its purchasing power for sure, and it should be a lot higher in price a few years from now.
Ken, you're not high on what's called paper gold, are you?
Well, we don't believe that that represents real wealth preservation. We want stuff outside of the banking system. We want people to pull some paper assets out of the bank, out of the stock market, out of the bond market. And the only way to have true wealth preservation and diversification through precious metals is to hold the actual bar and to hold the actual coin in your gun safe, in your lockbox, wherever it is that you feel it'll be safe. So we believe, as you know, if you don't hold it, you don't own it.
And again, the amount of gold that you recommend a person purchase to get started to create a sizable hedge against inflation and safeguard against an economic collapse?
Well, if we have a very young investor, you may be around 10%, but if you're someone who can't afford to go through the next 20 or 30-year cycle, crash, whatever you want to call it, we would say, hey, consider taking 25 to 50% of your cash reserves or your liquid assets or your paper assets. Consider moving that to the sidelines, park it in gold bars and gold coins. And because things are so risky, we would urge people to kind of play a little bit more defense at this point with a little less speculation.
I love it when you say gold you hold is gold you own.
It doesn't get any simpler than that. Like I said, it's not a digital asset. It's not a paper asset, controlled by the banking system. It's not a share, a certificate at your broker where you don't really know what exactly it is besides just a number on a computer screen. It's real, tangible protection, real, tangible diversification that you hold on to. Very important.
Yeah, it's in your possession. And you have given us a lot to think about and to act upon today. Good reasons to call, I think, Midas Gold Group to explore moving a portion of a person's wealth as a means of preservation and a hedge against this terrible inflation that we're experiencing. And I have to say again, I am thankful, Ken, for your advice on a personal basis and your help in putting part of my family's wealth into gold. Thank you so much for that.
Well, it's our pleasure. We care about you, your family, and everyone else out there. I believe that gold will save a lot of savings accounts over the next 5-10 years. I think by 2030, the financial system isn't going to look anything like it does now. And I think the main objective, of the government is to control the financial system and to control and monitor everything that we do in our bank accounts. So you still have a little bit of time to do something about that and protect your financial privacy and your financial freedom. And without owning some gold, your financial freedom and your financial privacy is gone.
And that is going to bring us to the end of our time together today here on The Gold Standard with Ken Russo, brought to you by Midas Gold Group. A reminder, opinions given here are not intended to be specific to your investment strategy, but rather general information to give you a better understanding of investing in precious metals. For answers to your questions, call Midas Gold Group at 855-322-GOLD, 855-322-GOLD, by the numbers 855-322-4653. And the website is MidasGoldGroup.com, MIDAS, MidasGoldGroup.com. The Midas Gold Group is proud to be America's #1 veteran-owned gold dealer, supporting veterans' causes with a portion of profits donated to the Wounded Warriors Project and the Semper Fi Fund. So your investment in your future is also an investment in the future of those who have bravely served the cause of freedom. Again, the number to call to speak directly with Midas Gold Group is 855-322-GOLD, 855-322-GOLD. That's the same number I call when I want to talk with them. Ken, thank you again for your time today, and a very happy and prosperous New Year to you and yours.
Yeah, you too, Dave. Happy 2022. Happy New Year. Let's have a great year, and a safe year and a prosperous year to you, myself, and everybody who's listening.
I'm Dave Deno, and I hope you'll join us again next week at the same time for another edition of The Gold Standard.
The Gold Standard was brought to you by the Midas Gold Group.